Hello everyone, happy to see you guys. I'm having an aromatherapy session. I'm enjoying these beautiful flowers I actually brought from my walks. Mm, they're absolutely delightful. And I'm just having a quiet moment. I'm sitting on my couch and just taking a break. And I was thinking about recording this video with the thought that really proves about uh, power of personal growth and personal development and how important it is. Have any of you guys looked at your past relationship or your exes and said, oh my God, how can I possibly date that person? How was I possibly involved in a relationship with them? I would not even go out with them for a meal or for coffee right now because they are just such a low quality. And I'm not saying this in a way of judgment, I'm just saying it in a way of growth. If you keep growing, your approach to things are going to change. And with some people you'll be happy to meet regardless how many years had passed. But I think that very often when we go back and we remember things that bothered us, things that we were offended about, things that had like lots of drama. We were dramatic and crying over them, certain issues or things with a partner. And, it was just all so dramatic. And even sometimes 6 months after that, we were like, what was I so upset about? How did I let that person, get into my head and um, break, kind of go beyond the boundaries, like intrude into my personal space? Because that's happens very often when people, um, kind of violating the personal space. In Ukrainian culture, it's pretty popular. I think it's changing for better now, but it used to be that very often when you get married or you are in a relationship, your personal space is pretty much, you know, minimized. That's a good way of saying it. So, but my main point, guys, is that I want to know how many of you look back, or maybe some girls are watching me like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I date that woman with such a low morals, or such a low standard. Yeah, maybe she was attractive, but oh my God, I've experienced that as well. I'm a human, and I had a couple of times in my life, and I was like, when I was thinking about it, I was like, there is no way in the world I would even want to spend half an hour with that person, because it's just the thought of it gives me chills. But from one point of view, it can be kind of, you can think down on yourself, but that's where you should think about good things that you grew, and there is no way you would um, be fine with someone's bad habits, with somebody maybe drinking or smoking, if it's not acceptable for you, if it's not your level, whatever it is that is your level, or somebody that is not respectful, um, somebody that just have a low quality of life, or maybe emotionally unavailable, or maybe just a person that stopped growing, and 10, 15 years after you meet them and they still talking about how in high school, they were great in some sports and still wearing that t-shirt. That's what I'm talking about. You don't want to be that guy, or you don't want to be that girl that was a queen prom, and then you know had the star moment for a minute and then went downhill, and all she can talk about is the past. So, not to be the person of the past, we need to work in the now. In now, we need to learn on our skills, our personal things, just develop ourselves so we can always we have consistent growth, and it makes everything better, everything better. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for your comments. I saw some comments today Just thank you so much for being so involved and supportive. I do really appreciate that. And I just want to inspire everybody. I don't care if you find some great books, if you maybe start traveling, if you join some masterminds or some private groups, or I don't know, go to some seminars. I don't care what you do, or just work on your life daily, do some tiny little changes. But you know what, if you do something about 5-10 years from now, you're gonna be so glad you had started, regardless what happening, what's going around you. But you're gonna be so glad that you had started early on and stayed consistent. I've heard in a book right now that I'm reading, the author is saying it's better 1 minute of workout a day than nothing. Because today you do 1 minute, and it sounds ridiculous, but I love this. Tomorrow you do three. Another day you'll do 10, and you will catch a momentum. And workout is just an example. It can be socializing, it can be getting new skills, it can be reading, it can be learning new language, figuring out how to save or make money. It can be anything. And I just want to say, guys, I believe in you. I know some of you are struggling with things, some with relationships, some, with some past holding on. And we're gonna talk about that too. Some just not having enough of friends and communication, and some are doing really great. So the good news is that regardless where you are at which point in life, there is always a space to grow. There is always a way to grow and improve. There is no ceiling. Some people think it's sad that there is no ceiling, that you keep pushing. I think that it's great that there is no ceiling, so we can keep doing things. It would be so sad if there would be a ceiling, so you have to stop. There is no ceiling except the one is in our mind. So guys, let's keep growing. I love that you enjoy my motivational videos. Of course, relationship insights coming up, details on a tour and ideas coming up. And from the next week, we're going to do some fun stuff together, um, in our personal, actually not personal, private group for some of my VIP members. But I appreciate all of you. I know some of you never write comments, some of you never talk to me in person, but you waiting for my videos, you like watching them, you find something good, and that is very satisfying. And in the end of the day, it is giving me purpose and meaning. So guys, thank you so much, and till the next time, signing off.